All right, this is going to be an unscripted video. This time around, I didn't want to script what I was going to say. I just want it to be raw. So, yeah, this video is going to be about balance and what I think about balance. And I have conflicting ideas about this, but I'll just get my thoughts out there and roll it.
Psst. Hey, listen.
All right, so welcome back. Quick thank you to my channel members, of course. I got a new one named, I think it's Kenny Bird. Thank you for being part of the family. That makes number 10. That's amazing. 10 members. I know it's not a lot compared to like 8,000 subscribers, but it's 10 people pulling money out of their own pockets, even if it's just $5. They're pulling it out of their pockets in these difficult times to give to me. I mean, they're giving their money to some random person they never even met who makes videos about Neverwinter, talks all sorts of crap, calls people window lickers, and talks about peepees and vajayjays. Like a lot. But you know who doesn't? I'm just saying what you're thinking. See what I did there? Yeah, I'm pretty cool like that. Yeah, so I appreciate you because during these difficult times, you know, pandemics and wars and all this dumbassery going around the world, you guys decided that, hey, I want to give you $5 or $15. So if anybody thinks it's only 10 people, well, it's only 10 people to you, because to me, it's 10 more people than I expected. Just saying. So here's what I want to talk about today. And like I said, it's completely off the top. So there's a lot of people talking lately about balance in the game, Neverwinter, all right? And I am going to make a video about the state of the game further down the road. I don't know when, in a week, 2 weeks, I don't know. I'm working on 3 or 4 build videos right now, which means I'm spending all my days editing, scripting, photoshopping images to make it nice and, you know, presentable to you guys. And plus I consider it a hobby. So when I do things like this, like extra times editing or too much time editing or whatever else I'm doing behind the scenes, I'm not doing it because I'm fucking insane. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. It's like a hobby. Just like people have hobbies reading, other people have, you know, hobbies of jerking off to like the hub. I like, you know, editing videos and doing those other things too, because, you know, who doesn't like to touch themselves or be touched by others? All right, now I'm aware I'm sounding a bit creepy right now, so I'm going to stop. So lately, a lot of people have been talking about balancing. Well, let me just say this. The old combat system compared to this one was a lot better. Newer players won't know this, but players who were around back then definitely know that the old combat system and its synergies were way more enticing. There was a lot more to think about. When you get this buff, when you get that buff, when Longstriders comes in, when this comes in, like it was just a lot more complicated than it is now. If you're a new player and you think this is complicated, it is not. This is the easy version of Neverwinter. The game used to be a lot harder. They have purposely made the game easier to, you know, shorten the gap between new players and endgame, which I don't completely agree with. I'm the kind of person that believes you need to earn what you get. And I do believe that difficulty should be part of the game, not just handouts left and right, which Cryptic has been doing a lot lately. And, you know, who am I to speak? I do handouts all the time with my giveaways. And, you know, some people think like, doing giveaways is not help. It's not me helping the community. Well, then you don't know shit, because if you ask most of the people who know me, all I do is help. Just because you don't see it in a video or in a stream doesn't mean I'm not helping. I've helped countless people in cradle runs learn how to do cradle, and I did that like for almost a year. Every day I'm giving things to people, or I'm teaching mechanics, or I'm running people through boss. Either it's carrying or teaching, it doesn't matter. I'm helping in various ways, and help is not just in-game. You can also help people mentally by joining a Discord and being their friends and being there for them and socializing and, you know, being understanding of their problems, like I've been recently doing with a few friends of mine that have been going through a hard time. You know, that's part of the helping process. It's not just, oh, let me queue with you and, you know, take a new player through, hold his hand and, you know, get him to the end game chest. Help goes beyond the borders of gaming when it comes to this community, because we're a very small community. So we need to stick together, right? We need to stick together as much as possible. And of course, you got the haters and the people who hate you and dislike you and don't like your voice, think you're arrogant, think you're stupid, think you're dumb. It doesn't matter. You can't satisfy everybody. That's just facts. So in regards to balancing, like I was saying, in the past, it was way more difficult. Now it's a lot easier. Easier in quotations, because not everybody has the same learning curves, and not everybody like has 100% health. There's people that have mental disabilities. There's people that have literal physical disabilities. Like some veterans have only playing with one arm. I might be playing with like, I don't know, arthritis or some sort of health issue that doesn't help them function as quickly and as efficiently as people with full health do, you know, mental and physical. So when you're up against somebody or in the game or whatever, and you see somebody not doing as well as they should, you're assuming it's based on their gear or their skill level or whatever. But it could be because they're disabled. It could be because they only half-ass the game because they only play it to get away from life. Or it could be that they can't even though they want to. We're not all the same. People have problems. Real life is what matters. This is just a game. It's a getaway. Me, I make videos. That's what I do as a hobby. Yeah, sure, I get mad sometimes because I'm invested in this game just like most of you are. But just don't assume shit, okay? So, back to my point, because I'm going a little bit off-road. As far as balance goes, I think the game now is a lot more balanced than it used to be. Props to the devs for, making some right choice and making balance. It's not perfect. As we've seen in my recent video, I have people complaining all the time that they do less damage in AoE or they do more damage in ST. Bro, I'm just telling you guys right now, classes are never going to be perfectly balanced. That is a pipe dream. All right. It's never happening. There's 23 mods of coding stacked upon each other. There's code buried under code. And there's different devs that code differently than other devs. I don't know how coding works exactly, but I'm pretty sure there's different styles of coding and different types of coding, or there were, and there's new that come out all the time. I don't know. Let me know in the comments how the fuck that works. But I'm just saying, it's not easy, right? Like Cryptic right now, they've been working on module 24, which is obvious. Like they work on modules before they get released. So once they release module 24, they might even already be working on module 25. I don't know. That's 23, 24, or 25 modules of coding that they're going to have to balance. You think they could do that? If you think they could do that, you're licking windows. Okay. You're just licking them. You're not just licking them. You're fucking licking the shit out of them. All right. So get that out of your head. Please don't expect balance to be insanely good. There's always going to be problems with it. One class is always going to be better than the other this module. And then they'll do some fucking crazy change. And then balance will be fucked up for somebody else and it'll be better for somebody else. And I'll give you a prime example. All right. Of balance being an issue. Even though now it's way more balanced than it used to be. Right. They added 2 items. Now, we can debate whether these items are part of their marketing strategy or their plan or part of a grand scheme. And we can make up all these conspiracy theories. The point is we don't know. There was 2 items that were added to the game that whether it was part of their plan or not, they unbalanced everything. First one was the rib cage, obviously, because it's 25% stats that they added, which created huge imbalances because some people could have those stats and some people couldn't due to the difficulty and the RNG, attached to getting the rib cage. But that wasn't bad compared to the next item. The Band of Air was the most imbalanced thing I have ever seen in this game. That item unbalanced everything completely. Everything just went down the drain with the Band of Air, right? Let me give you an example. The Band of Air works off of getting proc. Certain classes can proc the Band of Air more than others. That creates imbalances and unfairness, right? Because one class can proc it more than another class. And why should another class do more damage with the Band of Air than another class should? And not all classes do the same percentage of damage off the Band of Air. Rogues more or less are between 20 and 30, sometimes 15, depending on their procs or what they're using. Other classes do less. Other classes do way more. So people who have the Band of Air, even if they're crappy players, if they have the right items and they press buttons, they can proc the Band of Air and outdamage players that are maybe more skilled and higher item level and better players, but don't have the Band of Air. And then again, you can argue it could be the same way. Like you could be a person that's really skilled at your class and beat somebody with a Band of Air, which is very common because some people who have Band of Air don't know what the hell they're doing. And yeah. They're just bad, all right? But like I said, there's various reasons to being bad. Some people have disabilities. Some people are just simply bad. We can't justify everybody and everything for being bad. Some people are simply just bad, regardless of the reason. So this item, the Band of Air, since it's been a topic of debate lately, nerf the Band of Air. Why do you have to nerf the Band of Air? We don't want the Band of Air nerfed. But other people are saying, we got to nerf the Band of Air because the Band of Air is unbalanced. But we put so much work into the Band of Air and it's not fair. That's all true. Like, I get it. Like, you put hard work into the Band of Air. I have the Band of Air. I ran over 1,000 runs to get my first. I got my second the other day, which I haven't turned into the Band of Air yet, but I got all the reagents for it. And it took me another 1,000 runs. So it took me 2,000 plus hardcore boss runs to get 2 rings. My friend Kim has done way more than me. She has 6 Bands of Air. So I get it. You put work into it, you get that item. But it doesn't mean the item is not unbalanced. One item should never unbalance a whole fucking game, right? That is crazy. That is absolutely insane that this one item unbalanced a whole game. All of it. All of it. Anybody gonna fucking deny that? One item. That's crazy. 30% of your damage, 40 more sometimes from one item. So you guys see how that creates imbalances? Like you could sit there and theory craft and min-max your character and add this item to get more stats from here and add this for more percentage damage and run act and run Rainer's combat tracker. None of it matters if they add one item to the mix called the Band of Air, which will destroy everything since it's randomly procking. So for me, it could proc 270 times, and for you, it might proc 220 times. Why? Why does it have to be a random proc? Like, why? I don't get it. I've never liked things that are random like that. Just like I don't like RNG, and just like I don't like random procs, because I have no control over my damage. Sure, I can to an extent add things that will proc and possibly proc it more, but that doesn't mean I'm controlling it. It doesn't mean I know what's going to happen. There'll be variables, and there'll be like, oh yeah, I could do this much up to this much, but you never know how much it's going to be from one run to the other. I guarantee you, if you like run Act and you run the Band of Air and do 10 runs, every single time they're probably going to be different. There's no way you're getting the same amount of procs every run. That's due to random procs. You know, it doesn't matter if you know how to use your character and how to proc it. You can't always proc it because there's a percentage involved in how many times it procs. Sometimes less, sometimes more. If Cryptic ever wants to consider balancing as close as possible to perfect, which is impossible, right? They need to stop adding items that randomly proc shit. They need to add items that give you exactly what they say they do. I'm a fan of 3% damage. You know, I'm a fan of 3% encounter damage or 3% this damage, but it's giving you an exact number. It's not saying a chance at 3% or a chance at 3% to 10%. You know, like the ring that gives you 10% damage to dragons. You know you're getting 10% damage to dragons. It's not saying you got a 10% chance to do 10% damage to dragons. See, we don't need RNG in our gear. Nope. And if that's Cryptic strategy to making the game more diverse, I don't agree with it. People min-max and build their characters to get a certain outcome. It shouldn't be decided in the long run by an overpowered item that randomly gives you a random amount of damage or whatever. No. So as far as the Band of Air goes, that's the hugest problem we've had lately in regards to balancing. Now, if we removed the Band of Air from the equation, let's say all of a sudden, Band of Air just fucked off. Didn't exist anymore. We just erased it, okay? We erased it from our timeline. It's in another fucking timeline and another multiverse. I bet you things would be a lot more balanced. Guaranteed. And then skill could shine. And I don't fucking listen to those people who say rogues don't need skill. Fuck them. They don't know shit. Yeah, sure, it's easier, but they don't know shit, okay? Every class needs skill. Some more, some less. But every class needs skill. And plus, you know, just enjoy the damn game. Anyways, so you guys get where I'm going with a balance thing? The Band of Air is the worst thing they ever did. Even though it was exciting, even though it's always good to have like a really sought after item in the game that we should go after, which should happen, by the way. I'm not saying they shouldn't add items that are overpowered. I'm saying don't add items that cause huge differences like that. There could be an item that's slightly overpowered by like 1 or 2%. I don't agree on adding items that give you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% damage advantages over somebody else in your own class or another class, which makes it completely unfair to the other player. You could be the same item level, have the same exact gear. The only one difference is you have the Band of Air or the Band of Balls or the Band of Suck My Pee-Pee. Like, it doesn't matter. That one item is going to make the difference. If you're like close in a damage race with a friend of yours, you know, people like to race sometimes, you know, it's good fun. I'm not talking about the salty races. Oh my God, you beat me, you beat my DPS. I'm going to go complain to Cryptic and I need more. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like friendly races that are healthy, that make you a better player or make your friend a better player. Competition is not always a bad thing. Competition could be a good thing, could be a driver and a motivator, right? Don't think it's a bad thing. But if you remove the Band of Air, like I said, your battle will be more equal. Once you add that Band of Air, like if you were like 10 million behind your friend who was slightly more skilled than you, maybe got to the mobs quicker, maybe did his rotations better than you, you know, it's all little things that have to happen that add up that make somebody beat somebody else. Even running to the mobs first will give you an advantage, right? I've run with rogues who do that. I know a lot of rogues that just run ahead and do more damage, and in the end, like they did 1 million more here, 1 million more there. It adds up to 20, 30 million in the end because they're getting to the mobs quicker. They're not waiting for the group, right? That happens. But once you add the Band of Air to one of those two people, then it's over. It doesn't matter how bad you are. That Band of Air is going to give you an advantage, right? No item should do that. Not to that extent anyways. Like I understand removing a ring to add a ring that gives you 3% more damage. And maybe you'll get 3% more ahead. Maybe you won't, depending on rotations. But even if you fuck up on rotations on using the Band of Air, you're probably still going to out-damage that other person. Most likely. We're not talking about those extreme cases where people are so bad that they're just bad, right? It doesn't matter what, if they have 2 bands of air, they're just bad. But that's just it. No item should give you an advantage like that. None of them. And you guys probably agree. So Cryptic, if you're listening, right? Give us items that, first of all, are not copies of each other, because I'm tired of that. Like that new Mythic thing. Yeah, they took gear we already had, the equip bonuses, like, the Spike Defender Van Braces, and the Serene Hood is just the Garistros, and the Tactful Leathers is just the Rib Cage. And most of it is copy pasted bonuses that they took from here and put to there. Then they took the color from Legendary or Purple or whatever, and they painted it teal or Mythic, that Mythic color, and they upped the item level, they upped the combined rating, and they upped the stats, and they called it Mythic. No. That is just saving time, because, they're focused on creating content, but they're on a timeline and they have to finish their projects before a certain time, and all their resources go into module development, 90% of it. But naming something Mythic means it's something that doesn't exist in the game, and it's like something that's so out of reach that you have to really work hard to get it. I don't believe in all this things need to be easy for new players to get them. No, there has to be those token items, 2, 3, 1, 5, that sure, when you get them, they'll give you an advantage, but you worked so fucking hard to get them. Like the Band of Air, right? The Band of Air was one of those token items. I'm not complaining that it was difficult. Like, sure, they could have made it need or greed so you don't get the same items over and over again, and the person next to you who's trying to get it doesn't get it. That will make it slightly more easier. And RNG does suck. There should be set goals. Yeah, sure, those token items should be difficult to get, and they should be slightly overpowered to give people incentive to run that content, but they shouldn't be so overpowered that they just destroy everything. Like the Band of Air was insane. So just picture this. Your whole build has, 18, like your gear and your rings and all that. What's it, like 12, 18? It doesn't matter. I didn't count them. Then you add your companions to that. Then you add your Mythic gear and your collars and your mounts. You have like 30 or 40 things that contribute to your whole build, right? All that doesn't matter. As soon as you add the Band of Air, that's it. Like that one item is making the whole difference. Like all those other items you have put together are not contributing as much as one Band of Air is. So yeah, add token items that are extremely powerful. That should be, because every game had them. Like WoW had them. Some powerful weapons were so incredibly difficult to get, but once you got them, they made a difference. But you knew what you were getting from them, right? So they should make items like that, like the Band of Air, but not blocking off the procs or anything like that. Just let's say the limit for me would be every item in the game that gives you percentage bonuses or damage should be top max 5%. Everything should be like 3 to 5%. And the token items, those ones that are extremely powerful, won't be extremely powerful to give you 30% of your damage. By extremely powerful, I mean 1 or 2% more powerful. So a token item could be like, instead of giving you 5% extra damage, it gives you 7%. But you ran your butt off to get that item. You really had to work hard. Because not everything in the game needs to be easy, all right? And it doesn't need to be a cakewalk. It makes sense for Cryptic to be easy, because newer players get more attracted to games that, they know they'll get rewarded from. And that's a whole nother topic we talk about, like, making rewards easier and because Cryptic does a bad job in rewarding players. And there's a lot of things I could rant about, but my point mostly in this video was about balance. So to me, the balance of the game now is extremely good. But it doesn't apply to all classes. Some classes need some tweaking. Nothing crazy like that crazy person was telling me, was trying to force his opinion down my throat by saying, oh, we need to do the same AoE, blah, blah, blah. You're not acknowledging me. Well, I acknowledged you just by answering you, okay? I didn't have to fucking answer you, but I did. Anyways, so as far as balance goes, it's been the most balanced, like I said, but they need to do a better job in adding items to the game that don't overpower people too much. Because first, it just makes things way, way unbalanced to an extreme. Like, to me, that Band of Air is insane. So do you guys agree that Band of Air is absolutely crazy? That they shouldn't add items like that anymore? Yes, add token powerful items, but 30% of your damage? Fucking crazy, bro. Right? Trust me, I have the Band of Air. I love my Band of Air. But I don't care if it fucking vanished tomorrow, because it wouldn't just vanish for me. It would vanish for you too. All right, so I'm going to close out this video. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, am I fucking losing my marbles? I don't think so. I think I'm absolutely right about this. So yeah, Cryptic, if you're listening, please don't add any more items that give insane differences in damage compared to other items. Make them slightly better. Slightly. That's good enough. Slightly better adds up. Add something that gives you 1% more here, 1% more there. Somebody will do 2 or 3% more damage. But 30 or 40? That's crazy. Things need to be close, and let skill do the talking, right? Yeah. Even rogues. Even the easy rogues, right? That's all I have to say about that. Please leave comments below. Unscripted video. I felt like I needed to address this topic off the top of my head without any scripting and overthinking it. Just my raw reaction. Okay. Love you all. Thank you for being here. And to the people who dislike me and talk shit about me, you know who you are. I know what you guys say. Don't think I don't know. Even if I don't watch your shit, I know what you say because people tell me. All right, stop it, bro. Just stop it, guys. Just stop. You don't even know me. Okay, stop assuming shit. I'm pretty great. I'm telling you right now. Like, yeah. I'm a little bit conceited and a little bit arrogant and a little bit full of myself sometimes, but at least I'm self-aware of all those things. And, you know, it's pretty funny. And I can also be a dick and a jerk. I'm all those things. So either you like me or you don't. Either way, I'm going to try and get your subscription and your likes down below. So do that. Anyways, fuck it. I'm out. Anyways, I got to go because I got build videos to make and they're really pissing me off because they take so fucking long. But back soon. Galactic here. Peace out. Stay safe.
Look at you. Why don't you do something with your life? Sit around here all day. You contribute nothing to society.